today's video, I am going to take this wreath that I can't even remember where I got it, honestly. And I had it just sitting in my closet downstairs where all my decorations are. I didn't have it in a box or anything, and I thought it would be fine. But the lousy mice started chewing on it. They made quite a mess out of it. And I was just going to like tear it apart and use it for different DIYs and stuff. But then I thought, I could very easily spruce this up and make it look nice again. I don't know about you guys, but living in the country, sometimes we do have mice problems in our house, and we take the steps necessary to rid us of them. But they were extra bad this year, and I found quite a bit of mouse damage throughout my house. So we've kind of nipped it in the bud now. I haven't seen another mouse in quite a while. So anyway, let's get started on sprucing this up. On this wreath, I am going to somehow incorporate this sign that I got from Tractor Supply. Absolutely love it. And then I picked up some picks from Dollar General. These were $2 a piece, and then these were $1 a piece, and I got 3 of those. Then I'm going to make a bow out of this ribbon for sure, and I think I'm going to try to incorporate some of this ribbon in it as well. So let's go ahead and get started trying to make over this wreath. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire cutters, and I'm going to go around and I'm going to just snip off anything that has mouse damage on it, like that. Just go over this really, really closely, because like these berries here didn't have any damage at all, so I'm going to leave those. So let's go and get the mouse damage off of this. Now that I got all of the, sounded like a cow. Olivia's mopping the floor if you hear that weird sound. Now that I got all the damaged bits off, I'm gonna go ahead and just figure out where I wanna put these picks. And I'm going to hot glue them in place, and then I'm gonna also use some zip ties to hold them in place, because zip ties are really, really great for this type of thing. So I think I want to put one there, here, down here. I don't know if you guys can see very well. Let me change our angle here just a minute. There, I hope you can see a bit better. Down here, I'm going to put the bow. This is going to be the bottom of the wreath. So I'm going to put one of the picks there and one of the picks over here. And then the third pick, I'm not sure where I'm going to put the third one. And then for these big ones, I'm just going to cut bits and pieces off of this and stick it in here and there. So why don't I go ahead and get these like cut apart, and then that way they'll be easier to work with. Okay, I just spent way too much time trying to find my bag of zip ties, and I cannot find them anywhere. I was able to come up with 4 tiny little zip ties. So I'm gonna have to rely mostly on hot glue, it appears, because I cannot find those crazy zip ties anywhere. It's so frustrating. I know my office is a mess, but it was a big bag and you'd think it would stick out like a sore thumb. But anyway, all right, I think I'm gonna just go about this just a little bit differently. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the bow first and then decorate. Oh, it's been so long since I've done a wreath. Let me think here. No, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate around where the bow will be then put the bow in place, then put the sign, and then fill in any extras. And I'm going to use these picks by where on either side of where the bow is going to be. One of these days I'll get my thoughts together here. And like I said, it's going to be a real hassle because the only zip ties I could find were these itty bitty ones. But we'll do our best. I have the bow all done, and I did a lot of fluffing off camera, and then once I get it in place I'll have to do some more fluffing. And then I cut a long piece of the plaid ribbon for the tails. I didn't know how long I wanted it to be, so I cut it pretty long, and I'm going to go ahead and attach that onto the bow with the pipe cleaner that I used to adhere the bow, or tie the bow together. Get my words. Use your words, use your words. So, let me get this where you can see what I'm doing. So since this bow has a right side and a wrong side, and I want obviously the colorful side to show, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a twist so that both sides of the plaid are showing. I'm gonna place that down on the wreath. I'm going to put the bow right on top, and then I'm going to catch the ribbon and the wreath together in this pipe cleaner and tie it as tight as I can. So you really got to tie it tight, or twist it tight. Kind of squish it down in there. All right, turn it back over. Oh yeah, I definitely have plenty of tail here. I will trim it once I get it hanging where I want it to be hung. And of course I will fluff this bow some more. I learned how to make these bows from Arlene, is that her name? Arlen's Country Crafts or something like that. I'll see if I can find her channel, and I'll try to remember to link it below. But that's how I learned how to make these little very fluffy full bows. Okay, so now you can see where I put my picks is a little bit far from the bow, which I kind of did that on purpose because I want to go ahead and add in these little picks. I'm going to figure out where I want them, and then I'm going to have to use hot glue to glue these in. Sure wish I could have found my zip ties. It would have made life easier. I'm in the process of cleaning out my craft room, office, whatever you want to call it. Right now I call it a junk heap. It has gotten bad in there. I mean, really bad. This time of year it does, because when I'm decorating, a lot of times I'll just take my everyday decor, and rather than put it in a box, I'll just stuff it in my office because I don't want it to get broken. Sometimes, even if you're careful, when you pack stuff in a box, things will break, and I just don't want that to happen. So I've got all this decor just sitting all over the place in my office. Plus, where I put my Christmas tree in my family room downstairs, ordinarily there's a chair there, and I had nowhere else to put that chair during the Christmas season, so that's stuck in my office. It's just lots and lots of stuff in there. We got some of these greenery. Stick some of that in here. Looks pretty good right there, but let me go ahead and glue these in place. Sorry about Livia's bird. Livia's in the shower. The bird's not happy. All right, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get this sign to stay inside this wreath. Now, it's got these two holes on either side, and I am going to try my best to use these zip ties to zip tie the sign in place. I don't know if my zip ties are long enough. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go to plan B, which I'm not sure what plan B is right at this minute. We'll get it. Hopefully we won't have to use plan B. That seemed to work out pretty well. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish filling this in, adding more of my picks, and then I think it'll be done, and we'll go hang it up and I'll trim the tails. tails, and I trimmed one longer than the other on purpose. I may go back and even that out. I'm not sure if I like that or not. But overall it turned out really good, and it's a whole lot better than throwing it away. I was able to revive it, and I had a perfect spot for that chicken sign. Alright friends, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will talk to you all later. Bye bye friends.